this, inshallah. Okay, let's start. So let's make dua and then we will start. نحمده ونصلي على رسوله الكريم أما بعد فأعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. May Allah make it easy for us. نحمده ونصلي على رسوله الكريم أما بعد فأعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. ربي اشرح لي صدري ويسر لي أمري واحلل عقدة من لساني يفقهوا قولي ربي زدني علما اللهم فقهنا في الدين آمين. Okay, let's start with the new topic, a special lesson from for Moses. It's not from Moses, it's for Moses. So what do you know about Moses alayhi salam?
He was a prophet.
Okay, and any other thing you know? What else you know about him?
Oh shoot.
What else you know? Do you know any story about Musa alayhi salam? Nobody knows? Do you want to hear the story of Musa alayhi salam? Okay, I think I'll start the story. Musa alayhi salam was from the children of Israel, and Pharaoh was the leader of that time, and it was very famous saying in the time when the Prophet Musa alayhi salam was going to be born. What happened? It was famous that the one child will be born in the children of Israel who will destroy this ruler, which was Pharaoh, and what will happen? It will so what was the Pharaoh plan was that he will kill all the boys, and there will be no one left whenever they will be born, and then his reign will be as he is enjoying right now. So when he was killing every child born as a boy, he killed that boy. And then they realized that if they kill each and every boy from that time, what will happen? After some time, the children of Israel will be finished, like the boys will be finished. Then the Qibti, the nation of Pharaoh, they have to work hard for the Pharaoh. So they planned that, okay, we will kill 1 year. 1 year for we will kill 1 year boys, and 1 year we will left that boys. And what will happen then? 1 year when Harun alayhi salam, his big elder brother, was born, the children was not killed by Pharaoh. And the next year, the Musa alayhi salam was born, and there was planned that every child who will be born will be killed. So Hazrat Musa alayhi salam's mother put the baby in a basket and put that basket in the river. And this is Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala's plan, that that basket came to the Pharaoh's wife. She held that basket. And what happened? That that basket, when the Pharaoh's wife whose name was Asiya, when she hold that baby, she really liked him, and she brought him up, and she took care of him, and everything happened. So that's how the story of Moses starts. So inshallah, by the time, if we will get some time, we will do more, we will learn more about Musa alayhi salam, and we will cover up everything. So we can know that the children of Israel get freedom under the Musa alayhi salam's uh, leadership, and everyone was from the Pharaoh nation was killed in the water. Do you know that story, when the river was apart like two mountains, and the Musa alayhi salam and the children of Israel, all the people passed by that ocean, and when Pharaoh stepped in, everything was, it closed, and everything, they all were died.
Yeah, we know.
Yeah. So let's start the story, a special lesson for Moses. So what was the lesson for Musa alayhi salam? Is it strange? Like, he was a prophet, but still he's learning a lesson. So if a prophet can learn a lesson, so then of course we can too. So let's start from the verse 60. Okay, this is the overview. So Alim, can you read this part?
Okay. This part of the surah begins by relating an episode in the life of the Prophet Moses, which is not told or hinted at anywhere else in the Quran. The surah does not give details of where this episode took place other than saying, the place where the two seas meet, nor does it define the period in Moses' lifetime when the events took place. Thus, we do not know whether the events related took place when Moses was still in Egypt, before he led the Israelites on their way to Palestine, or after they had left it. If the latter, was it before he led them into the Holy Land, or when they stopped refusing to enter because they did not wish to confront its powerful inhabitants? Was it after they had begun their 40 years of wandering in the land, going to and fro in total loss?
So when it is started, this story, so this is not telling us when this incident was happened, right? So we don't there's no any evidence, like was they in Palestine, were they the uh, in the habitant of the Holy Land, and somewhere, so we don't know anything. So so the place is not important, but the lesson from the story should be learned, and should be we should be careful about learning about this, inshallah. So next paragraph, Javeria, can you read?
The event involves a goodly servant of God's whom Moses meets and accompanies for a period of time, but the surah does not give us any details of the identity of this person. It does not mention his name or status. Was he a prophet, a messenger, a scholar, or a person favored by God for his strong faith and complete dedication to the service of his cause?
So whose name is not mentioned?
The person who Musa al-Islam sees.
Yeah, where Musa alayhi salam went to meet that person, his name is like it's not mentioned, the name or the status, and we don't know that he was a prophet or messenger or scholar or a person favored by God. So we don't know anything about the person. Okay, so next paragraph is also very important. Read it very carefully, and try to understand that. Okay, when if you don't understand, ask me question right away so that we can understand, and then we will move forward. Okay, so Javiria, can you read?
There are many reports attributed to Ibn Abbas and others concerning the details of this story. One of them is related by al-Bukhari, who quotes Sayyid ibn Jubayr, a scholar from the generation that followed the Prophet's companions, as saying, I said to Abdullah ibn Abbas that Nauf al-Bukhari claims that the person who accompanied al-Qadir, that is the name often given
Al-Khizr.
Al-Khazr, that is the name often given to the learned man in this story, was not Moses, God's messenger to the children of Israel. He claims that he was a different person also named Moses. Ibn Abbas replied that that is a lie told by this enemy of God. Ubay ibn Ka'b said to us that he heard God's messenger saying, Moses was making a speech to the children of Israel when he was asked which person had been endowed with the most knowledge. He replied that he himself was the person. God took issue with him for not having attributed knowledge to him. So he sent a message saying that there was a point where two seas meet at a person who had been given greater knowledge. Zeh, shut up.
Okay, Alhamdulillah. So, what was the claim of that person? The person Nauf al-Bukhari.
He said that it was another person and not Musa alayhi salam.
Yeah, and was he right in his claim?
No.
Okay, so we should remember that, or even you can highlight this thing and everything, because this is very important thing to know that, or in the quiz it might come. So we should know it in detail. And who was he? The Khizr, the person the Musa alayhi salam meet.
Are you asking me?
Yes, you can answer.
I don't think it was mentioned.
Okay, so there was like there is a name when you read Abdullah ibn Abbas that Nauf al-Bukhari claims that the person who accompanied al-Khadir, actually it's Khizr, so it's written like this.
But it's not a name, it's a general name. That is a name often given, right?
Yes, so we all mostly we know him by this name.
Okay.
So I think you will read about him more at the end. So let's start the story. What happened? There are several reports that add details about the story. However, apart from a note on the probable location of the story, we prefer to limit ourselves to the Quranic text without going into any further details. This helps us to live in the shade of the Quran. We believe that the way the story is told in the Quran without defining the time or place and without mentioning names has a definite purpose. Therefore, we will look at the Quranic text and study it without addition, because Quran is the only source which is authentic. So we will stick to that, or if we have any other source, which is that from where we can get this knowledge. The Quran is the one source, and which is the most authentic. Hadith, yes, Hadith is the another source. If we get something from Hadith, we can take it from that as well. So it's not mentioned where this happened. The location is not given, the time period is not given, or even the person to whom Musa alayhi salam met, his name was not given. So what is given? So we have to take that note that incident is really matter. Incident is important, but not the time or dates. So whatever happened in your life, you just remember the incident. You don't have to remember the dates or time, unless you have to be make it officially. So let's start and read the story where the two seas meet. Okay, who's next? Huzaifa, can you read? Huzaifa, are you there? Would you like to read? Huzaifa, I unmuted you. Can you read? Okay, Alim, can you read?
Okay. Moses said to his servant, I shall journey on until I reach the point where the two seas meet, though I may march for ages. Verse 60. Most probably, and God knows best, the place described here as the point where the two seas meet refers to the Mediterranean and the Red Sea, and their meeting place is the area where the Bitter Lakes and the Timsah Lake are found along the Suez Canal. It may also be a reference to the meeting point of the Gulf of Suez and the Gulf of Aqaba at the northern end of the Red Sea. The whole area witnessed the history of the children of Israel after they left Egypt. Anyway, the Quran only refers to it in passing without defining it further. There are several other reports suggesting where the area was that the two seas meet, but we feel these are all unacceptable.
So it's not confirmed which area was that. So was it Mediterranean and Red Sea?
Yeah, I guess.
Or is it Bitter Lakes and the Tamasha Lake?
No, I think
Timsah.
It's the Mediterranean and the Red Sea.
So there are Mediterranean and Red Sea name, and the other one is the Bitter Lakes and the Timsah Lake are found, and the third one is the Gulf of Suez and the Gulf of Aqaba. So there are three options.
Yeah.
It could be because where's the Palestine, and it might be these three areas are nearby to it, right? So you have to know all these. Because there could be an option like, okay, A, B, C, D, which one is wrong? So there might be some other place name which is wrong. So you should know by these three intersection place names you just highlight that or underline this: Mediterranean and the Red Sea, Bitter Lakes and Timsah Lake, and the Gulf of Suez and the Gulf of Aqaba. So you have to remember these names. So next, inshallah, we'll keep reading this and we'll understand more. So Zara, can you read next? Zara, are you here?
Yes.
Okay, can you read?
We understand from the general drift of the story that Moses had a definite purpose behind his journey. He declares that he will travel as far as the meeting point of the two seas, no matter how troublesome the journey may prove or how long it takes. He expresses his determination by the words quoted in the Quran. Though I may march for ages, there are differences as to the exact meaning of the Arabic word hukub, which is given in the translation of as ages. Some scholars state that each such hukaba or age denotes 1 year, while others say it denotes 80 years. Whichever meaning it may have, the expression denotes a resolve rather than duration of time.
So what is the huqba means? Anybody knows what is the huqba means?
Ages.
Yes, ages. And what is the difference between the scholars about huqba? What is the difference? Like some scholars says that it denotes to this year, and the other one says it denotes to this much year. So what are those? Like how many years it is saying?
Some people say hukba means 1 year, and some other scholars say it's 80.
80 years, yes. So what does it mean? Because when Musa alayhis salam said, though I may march for ages, what does it mean? What is this expression means?
You might march for a long time.
Yeah.
More than 1 year.
Yeah. So it means that he will not get tired. He will surely meet that person to learn more. Okay. So whenever you are in journey, or whenever you want to learn something, you can travel to that person to learn more about the thing you are going to learn. So you don't stop learning. Okay. Okay, next Zoya, can you read?
Okay. Most probably the fish was cooked. Its raising back to life and its moving straight into the sea was a sign given by God to Moses, so that he would know the place where he was to meet the man. This is indicated by the amazement expressed by the servant when he saw the fish swimming in the sea. Had the fish only dropped into the sea and settled at the bottom, there would be nothing strange in the matter. What makes this interpretation more plausible is that the whole trip was full of surprises that go beyond imagination, and this was only one of them.
Yes. So I think you missed the translation of the verses 61 and 63. I will read that. But when they reached the junction between the two seas, they forgot their fish, and it took its way into the sea and disappeared from sight. And after they had marched on for some distance, Moses said to his servant, "Bring us our mid-clay meal. We are indeed worn out by this our journey." The servant, "Do you recall when we took ourselves at the rock for rest? There I forgot the fish, and none but Satan made me thus forget it. And it took its way into the sea." How strange. Verse 61 and 63. So what was Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala's direction was that take a fish and take that fish with your journey. And where that fish will disappear, you will get that person. And they were taking rest on the rock, and they forgot about the fish, and fish just jumped into the water. And now they're saying that it might be cooked, most probably because they asked to eat it. So and the servant saw it, that the fish went into the water, and he forgot at that time because Satan made him forget. And most of the time Satan made us to forget most important things as well. Is it happened to you? You forget very important stuff in your life?
Yeah.
Yes. So how can we overcome from this? If we forget something and we are saying, oh my god, I forgot something, you know how you can recall the memory?
No.
Anybody know the trick? No? Okay. It's in the Quran that if you will do zikr of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, if you will remember Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, or maybe you will say subhanallahi walhamdulillahi, any type of zikr of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, you will remember that thing. So next time, whenever you forgot where you put your homework, where is my pencil, where's my eraser, just keep saying maybe astaghfirullah, or maybe subhanallah, maybe alhamdulillah, whatever you find easy to say at that time. So the servant forgot about the fish. And when Musa alayhi salam woke up from rest, they again start walking. And it was also saying that he was not tired until the fish was with them. So he felt tired because the fish is gone. So he asked for the fish. And what happened? So he asked for the fish, and then servant said, "Oh, I forgot. The fish is gone, and Satan made me forget that thing." So they walked back to that place. So Moses realized that he had gone beyond the place where he was to meet the man, which was by the rock where he and his servant had stayed for a little rest. Hence is the place we are seeking. So they turned back, retracing their footsteps, and found one of our servants on whom we had bestowed our mercy and whom we had endowed with knowledge of our own. Verse 64 and 65. It also seems that this meeting was to remain Moses' secret given to him by his Lord. His servant did not know anything about it until they met the man. Hence, the following scene in the story speak only about Moses and the pious man endowed with knowledge. So far, what you learned from the story? I will start from Aleem. Aleem,
So,
how can you relate the story with the Musa alayhi salam? Because Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is telling us in the Quran. So, and the Quran is for everyone. Quran is for you, Quran is for me, and Quran is for everyone who is listening it. So, how did you take lesson from this story?
so you should not really let shaitan distract you.
Yes, that's awesome. Awesome lesson. Exactly. Because Satan's was the first thing, like his first motive in his life to distract the children of Adam, to distract from the ibadat of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. He don't want anyone to go to heaven. He want everyone to go hellfire with him. Even on the day of judgment, he will say, "No, I just show you the path, but it was you who made that decision." So he will blame us, even though he distracted us and everything. So take that responsibility and stop following the path of Satan. Okay, Muhammad, you can.
You should always seek out knowledge.
Yes, that's of course, because he was Musa alayhi salam was a prophet, and he also assumed that he knows a lot and he knows everything. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala sent Musa alayhi salam to the pious person, so that he would understand that nobody is perfect. Everyone has less knowledge, and there is some other person who has more knowledge than him. Okay, so Josefa, would you like to share something? Josefa, I cannot hear you. Okay, Javeria, can you?
Moses realized that he had gone beyond the place where he was to meet the man, which was by the rock where he and his servant had stayed for a little rest. Hence he traced his way back to it, and there they met the man they sought. Moses said, "That is the place we are seeking." So they turned back, retracing their footsteps, and found one of our servants, on whom we had bestowed our mercy and whom we had endowed with the knowledge of our own. It also seemed that this meeting was to remain Moses' secret, given to him by his Lord. His servant did not know anything about it until they met the man. Hence the following scenes of the story all speak only about Moses and the pious man endowed with knowledge.
Barakallahu Fiki. Javeria, I asked like what lesson you learned, whatever we read. We already read that paragraph, so no problem. So you started, so I thought that you should complete that. No worries. So can you share a lesson so far, whatever we read from this story, did you learn something?
I think from the beginning, like the whole reason he did this was because he wasn't humble. He kind of said, "Oh yeah, I'm the one who like knows everything," and then he didn't even bother to like say that Allah is truly the one who knows everything.
Okay, that's Alhamdulillah, Barakallahu Fiki, Inshallah. Zoya, can you share?
Okay. Something I learned was that like if you have any like trouble or like problems, you can like remember Allah by saying like Subhanallah or Alhamdulillah, like you said earlier. Yeah. And then I was gonna say something else, but like I think someone else already mentioned it.
That's okay. You can do that again. You forgot?
Yeah.
Okay, then do some zikr of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and I'll ask something to Zara, and then I will get back to you if you remember. Yes, Zara.
What was the question again?
Zara, seriously?
Yeah.
You are not present in the class, right?
Oh.
You were distracted.
Shaitan.
My question is like, so far, whatever we learned from the story, what's your point? What you learned for your life? Because we are not reading it just for the Quran quiz or something like that. We are doing it for ourselves, so that we can learn Quran in better way. Any lesson?
Be patient.
Be patient. From where did you take that lesson?
The sage understandably fears that Moses may not have the patience required to make of him a comfortable companion.
Okay, I think we didn't read that.
Oh, that's a head. Oh, that's a head.
Okay, no problem. That's okay. You will do it next time. You just listen for attentively, and then you can even write on the side, and you can take notes, and you can write the lesson, whatever you are taking the lesson from that paragraph. Okay, how I can implement that surah in my life. So we are reading, he's learning a lesson, the Musa alayhi salam, so why not we, right? So we have to take lesson from this story as well. So everyone, today, Alhamdulillah, we have completed our target today, and inshallah, Friday, Saturday, Sunday is no class because Friday is busy. All of you, Saturday, Sunday is weekend, and on Monday, be prepared. Till here, you will be tested, everyone.
Yes.
Are you ready for the test?
Mate, nobody knows really. But I don't.
Then you should be prepared. Okay. So I'm telling you, and I'm giving you 3 days. So you have 3 days to review these pages. It's not hard. The question will be from your notes. They are not from any outside. Okay.
Yeah.
So the question will help you to understand the surah in a better way. And if you miss something, you will recall that.
Yeah.
Okay, because when we learn in a group, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala help that group. Okay, so if Allah's help is with us, so inshallah we will do better. Okay, good.
Yeah.
Okay, let's finish this meeting, and I'll say the dua. Subhanakallahumma wa bihamdika ashhadu an la ilaha illa anta astaghfiruka wa atubu ilayk. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu.
Wa alaikum assalam.